Nurse Ray coming back with another video. I wonder why people keep saying LPNs is going to get phased out. I think I'll tell you why. If there was enough RNs, it wouldn't be no need for LPNs. So the shortage is real, and therefore it is extremely important to have LPNs. Never going to tell you that it's not at the moment, but there are a big push for education. It's a big limit breaker of what a LPN can and cannot do, period. If that scope of practice was bigger, they'd be around a lot longer and you wouldn't hear it. But the scope of practice and the education wise is the reason why it's getting pushed out. Most states, not all, but most states, LPNs can push IV fluids, certain medications. They can't teach. Even when you get discharged, they cannot, and I repeat, they cannot discharge nobody because they can't teach nobody. When they trying to do IVs, they can do it. I'm not telling you that they can't, but I will tell you that by their scope of practice, they cannot legally nowhere unless they have a special certification for it at certain states. So they will get that respect. They do know how to do it. I know LPNs that know how to do just as much, and some even better than RNs because they've been in the field for so long. But the education is what they lack. And without the education, you're not going nowhere. Without that extra paper saying that you know something, even though you know it by doing it hands-on, that paper tells it all. And it don't have to always be true. So I'm going to tell you this. The reason why LPNs are actually getting phased out. But is it going to be now? The answer is going to be a long time for now. It's not going to be no time soon, next year, next week, next month. But it will happen. And as soon as you have enough RNs with a associate's degree, it could be half of the LPNs go into RN with the associate's degree. And when you have that push for education, then you will have the elimination of LPNs. So right now, there's a few hospitals, not everywhere, not a lot of hospitals, and if your place is one of them, stop typing. There's going to be a couple. But if there is no magnet, if there is a magnet hospital, I would look it up personally. And then I would go and say I was wrong. And I would say, so-and-so, I was wrong. This magnet hospital do have LPNs working for them. But there's no magnet hospitals. That's how you become a magnet, because you got high education or high educated people work there. That's how they get a magnet status. 80% of them going to be BSN. 20% would be ADN as far as nursing. And be honest with you, there's no real pay. Some pay the same if they both come in together. The difference is it's management. They can manage other people and move up other nurses. That's it. There's nothing more. You take the same NCLEX, you do the same thing all day long, but you wonder why one person is getting higher and higher, being charge nurse or whatever, and you still a staff nurse. You still by the bedside. Well, if you already work in the field, you already know it's because you don't have the BSN. But far as going back to the LPNs part, the LPNs will be faded out 10, 15 years from now. And that's just everybody. Because soon associate's degree going to have bachelor's degrees after a while. New York just already did it. If you coming out of school with a associate degree, now they just made it legalized last year, if you didn't know, coming from New York. In New York, if you have an associate degree, you have roughly 10 years, they say, if I'm not mistaken. 10 years. Do you know how long that is? 10 years? Yes, 10 years. Just to go ahead and get your BS in. And anybody who had it before last year get grandfathered in. That means that they don't have to go back and take it. So that's their law. Go look it up. Get me something in the comments saying I'm wrong, but that's what I just read. So I'm going to tell you that LPNs, you are safe for now. I wouldn't worry until they have a bigger push for bachelor's degrees and associate's degrees. And once they get close, and once LPNs start getting more educated, and so that they can actually have a higher scope of practice, then it will fade out. It will fade out tremendously. And I just hope that education is your next step. Anybody who's an LPN. This is not to discourage you to not be an LPN, but it's to warn you that it is coming. And you do have time to move it on up, as they say. So I want you to think about what your end goal would be, and think about what you exactly want to be. And if your LPN is just the only step you want to be, you are limiting yourself, and you won't be in an ending career that's going to last forever. You're going to have to get other educations. Even CRNAs, Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist, is a master level. If I'm not mistaken, in 2022, so 2022, there will be a change in the curriculum, and they would start changing a master degree to a doctorate degree. And anybody who already in the program or already have it with a master degree is going to keep it that way. And it's going to change. And let me tell you, the person or one of the field that already did that some years ago, it was the pharmacy. At one point in time, you can get a master degree in pharmacy and you'll be a pharmacist. But when they changed it over around 10, 15 years ago, if that long, around 10 or 15 years ago, they changed it over to a doctorate degree. And now you're a doctor of pharmacy. They call it Form D. So I'm just letting you know, you're safe for now. Keep going with your program. Keep moving up. Keep being the best you can be. And don't let nobody tell you you can't do it. This is your boy Nurse Brandon, coming back with another video. I'll talk to you later.